Hi bloggers, happy blog hop day. Today I'm going to show you how to make this card for a hero. And it's a window card with a little shutter in the middle so that when you open your card, the shutter's open and you can put something cute inside. What I have is the template to show you guys so that you can make this card your own, and you could make it for any occasion that you want to. I've got my supplies ready, and if you're ready to follow along, I'm going to show you my measurements down here again so that you can see how it's done. The base of the paper is a piece of cardstock, and this measures 4.25 from the top to the bottom to 11.5 inches long. Your score marks go at 2 3/4 inches and 3 inches on both sides. So you do one side like so, and then you flip it and do the same for the other edge. I like to take my bone folder and get my edges down really good so that they fold nice and crisply. The worst part is getting those folds nice and even and good. Okay, we've got our base of our card done already. The inside of your card is a piece of cardstock, and I like to use the same color. And this is a square that measures 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Another vital little piece that you're going to need for this project is a little square. This square is 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches, and then what I did is I put a measuring line down the center for each one, and that just kind of helps me to measure. Another tool that I use a lot is this cutting mat or a piece of graph paper or something that helps you to make sure that you're finding the middle of all of your pieces. The next tool that I have is just a little X-Acto blade or cutting knife, whatever you want to call it. And what I'll do is cut a window around the perimeter of this little measuring square. Once you have your window cut out of your middle piece, what you do is you're going to mount it on the inside of this card, and for that I like to use some of these little adhesive foam squares, and not a real big one, just one of the small ones is plenty, because what you want to do is pop this little window up off the paper just a little bit. Once you've got your square mounted in the middle of the inside of your card, what you want to do next is figure out what you want to showcase here in the middle of your window. You could put a stamp or a sentiment or a die cut sticker, anything that you wanted. As long as it doesn't pop up off the paper, you want it to be pretty flat so that it's going to stay in the background and not interfere with the working of your card. I chose to put a little photograph. This is one of my favorite pictures of my friend Patience's husband Paul and their little boy Dublin. What a hero. Aren't they cute? Here's where your little square comes in part next. What you want to do is take the sides of your card over here, and you're going to place this square in the center again, so you have to kind of use your measuring tool and find the center of your card and put this down so that your little squares are in the center. And you're going to cut some windows, and these windows are going to be exactly the same size as this part up here when you get it all done. Using this square, you're going to go ahead and cut the little notch window out of the other side of your card too, so that when you're done, what you have is your two pieces like this. The next step that we're going to work on is the shutter, which is the part that slides to open and close in the middle. These are my inside panels that I'm going to use, and the most important thing about these is that they should be a lighter weight piece of paper than your cardstock. They just work a lot better, and they come together nicer, and they work if they're not as heavy as a regular cardstock. The measurement on these is 6 inches long by 3 inches high. and you need 2 of those. Next part of this is to take it and you want to score each of these panels so that on the side they are at 2 1/4 inches, and you just put a little score mark right like that. And this other one, I'm going to want the long part on this side, so I'll flip it, put it at 2 1/4 inches, and just make a little score mark. And that's going to tell our little inside panels where to fold when you open and close the card. I'm going to use my little square tool again. This is pretty handy. And what I'll do is take the long part of each of these panels and put it down so you got your mark in the center. You take your square tool and you want to put it so that you're going to cut a V-shaped notch like this. And then using your cutting tool, you just cut a V. And then you repeat this with your other panel. When you have both of your little V-shaped panels done, like this is how they work together when you open and close the card. So, you take them, and what I like to do is add just a little bit of glue, and it's really important that you do just the edge right here on either side of your card. You glue your panel down like this, and then you repeat it on the other side. When you've got both your panels glued on the inside of your card like this, you want to flip your card over, and now you'll notice that I've got my little windows covered up here. So you simply take your cutting tool or a pair of scissors, whatever you prefer, and you want to go ahead and cut that window out on both sides of your card. When you have your little windows cut out on either side, the last part that you have to do is take these little slider bits and go ahead and slide them under the edge. This is the tricky part because you have to make sure that those little bits get over the photo or embellishment, whatever you put on the inside. Okay, when you're looking at my card, you're going to notice that some of my edges are not so great, like this and this. Yeah, over here I didn't cut it exactly straight. Well, that's okay, because what you'll do as you're finishing your card is to take another piece of pattern paper, and I chose this little military paper. You could pick another color cardstock. You could use a little edge, which is, you know, something left over like this. You just cut a very thin strip of it, and then what you'll do is use that to line these edges of your windows, both on the inside of your card and on the outside, so that all your edges are covered and they look a lot better. The last part that I did was take my pattern paper, or you could use some stickers or some other embellishments, and I cut out little pieces and I added them to my card like this. Little boots, little sayings. You could embellish your card however you want to. And that's how you end up with this card. That's the end of my tutorial. Thanks everybody for stopping by for the Operation Write Home blog hop, and have a great day.
Someday long